Welcome to Working with Kotlin Objects and Functions. In this section, we'll learn about open versus final and talk about API design strategies and subclassing. Object expressions and companion objects are kind of like anonymous inner classes and static functions, and we'll get to explore those. We'll look at flow control statements and especially how they differ from Java when it comes to expression versus statement. We've looked at string templates before, but we're going to expand on that and also introduce multi-line strings, and you'll see that you can even call functions inside of strings. Lastly, we'll look at equality and talk about referential versus structural equality. Welcome to choosing between open class and final class. In this video, we'll learn about the strategy for when to define a class or function as open. You'll also learn the rules for open classes and functions as they are enforced by Kotlin. In Effective Java item 17, you can read design and document for inheritance or else prohibit it. Now that's really good advice when you're doing API design, and it turns out that Kotlin actually follows this to heart. It makes sure that if you don't add any keywords to a class, the class will be final as well as all the functions in it. Let's look at this greeter class. So it's open and it has an hello function. You might think that you could extend this class and override the hello function right away. But it turns out you can't, because the hello function will be final even though the class is open. So the right way to do this, of course, is to add the open keyword in front of function. Let's say that we extend greeter with a class that also defines the hello function, but it shouldn't allow any subclasses to further change the hello function. So you can also add the final keyword when you override to make sure that any subclasses of this class will not be able to further extend the hello function. So in this video, you'll learn that you should only open classes when you intend for them to be extended. That's good advice and isn't something that is particular to Kotlin. It would go for almost any programming language, I guess, at least on the JVM. An open class does not mean that functions are open, so you have to specifically open the functions that you want to be able to extend from subclasses. And a class extending an open function can close it for its subclasses.